I'm working over here.
I see you.
That's a dope hat. Where you get that hat?
Oh, I got it from the crib before I left.
See, man.
Rapper out of Southwest Detroit, same hood as me, same street as me. Actually, I didn't even know he was from like four blocks down.
Man,
Same name Big Gov,
big Gov.
and I believe he live in San Antonio now.
That's what's
So
up. You recording?
I just started.
Oh, I was gonna say you can record this because I was just gonna.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways,
so the clothing line is Speak No Evil.
Speak No Evil.
So
and you said it was Big Gov?
Big Gov, yeah, out of Southwest Detroit.
Yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about right now, talking about his hat. I thought it was dope. But this is episode 3 of Honestly Speaking. It's my second season. I'm throwing them out there at you guys, and I got my boy Teron back with me. So
What up, though?
Yep. As y'all know, I worked with him. We became super tight. He's dope from Detroit. And speaking of Detroit, you recently or in the process of moving.
Yeah. I'm not moving out of Texas.
He's moving to
around
Dallas.
Texas. Yeah, Dallas.
Right. Moving to Dallas. He's still in TK. How's that going? How's the readjusting from small town life to city? Well, I should say from city life to small town life back to city life.
Like I was telling you before, the adjustment, really the first thing I noticed was money don't float to me as easy as it floated to me in the city. Like I had a choice whether I wanted to get the money or not. But out here in a smaller town, way out here, man, I think it might be different in Dallas because there's a lot going on. It's a lot of money in Dallas. But
it can be a lot of money in Dallas. I think it just depends on the person and the kind of drive that they have.
But I was spoiled. I say I was spoiled by the city.
Really?
I was spoiled. Because,
give me some examples.
Like, say, I kept a job, you know what I'm saying? Like, after high school or whatever, I kept a job. But the thing is, I also kept a hustle.
Right.
So, and I could choose, do I feel like hustling or do I not feel like hustling? I could 2, maybe 3 hustles at one time, you know. But
I remember when you first got down here, you was talking about how that was like kind of dead in the water. Your hustle, the extra hustles.
My clientele was at 0. I went from, well, I had a good job. I was making good money. So
and you came to Texarkana.
And then I came to Texarkana. But say I started DJing at like 18 years old, I believe. And word of mouth. A lot of my stuff came from word of mouth. You know, people passing my number around or whatever. Yeah, got this gig you want to do, you know, we got this party, we got this event, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I'm like, let me check my Palm Pilot, you know, see what's going on, you know.
The Palm Pilot, for those that don't know, was like this rectangular square thing. It had a little ball in there. I didn't have one, but if you had one back then, you was like the man kind of. I couldn't afford it. I had me a little lame flip phone thing. But anyways, go ahead.
Well, yeah, it was easy. I just had to decide whether I felt like doing anything that weekend or not.
Man.
You know, I was probably turning down more gigs than I actually did. Just because I was going to work. I was making, how much was I making? Decent. Not a whole lot. Probably
like a comfortable amount.
Over 200 a night. Just going in and bullshitting for the shift.
Yep.
You know?
Okay. So what's the difference between the people, like small town people or city people? Or is there a difference? Because a lot of people, I've always heard some people say there's no real difference, but me personally, from my experience, I think it's totally different.
Man, the people down here are nicer.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's nicer.
They nicer. I'm like, wow, I could get used to this. But then it kind of threw me off when we first got down here. We used to go to the grocery store, me and my wife, and people would just walk up to us and just start this conversation like we friends. And we over here by the lettuce and carrots and whatnot. We've been over here talking for 15 minutes.
To some old white people. I
don't know you. Yeah.
It's always I don't know like you. That.
And it don't go like that in Detroit. People don't talk to you.
Have you noticed that down here, at least for me, in the grocery store, it's like the old white ladies will come and talk to you, but everybody else like just kind of be like, hey, and keep it moving?
Actually, we have some of everybody.
Really it's always old white ladies for me, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
They'll come and like really be trying to like talk, ask me questions, and I'm like, just trying to get these grapes and get up out of here.
Yeah, and get up out of here.
But hey,
it was cool though. It just threw me off a little bit. But everywhere I'm gonna be for a while, like doctor's office or, you know, pretty much anywhere I'm posted for a minute, oh yeah, they're gonna strike up a conversation. They're gonna get friendly with you. And I'm used to walking past people and they don't even look at you. Or I ain't gonna say everybody in Detroit like that or everybody in the city like that, but it's a lot of people, and it's just a lot of them that's like that.
How does your kids adjust to the different types of people?
Um,
They didn't
they
really care,
kids,
huh? They're just like whatever.
they kids. The only people they really interact with is other kids. You know,
But the kids are different.
huh?
You would think the kids would be different out there and then out here.
Well, if you let them tell it, the kids in their school here is just as bad as the kids in the school they left in Detroit.
So bad kids
Oh,
is
bad
everywhere.
kids is bad kids. You know, I ain't calling them bad kids, but you
Well,
know,
we can say
just
they
ones
bad.
that cut up. You know,
I'm gonna call them bad. If you ain't got no home training, you bad. Like that's just how I look at it. If you
Yeah.
can't say excuse me or thank you, you bad. I had a kid run up on me. I think I was at Walmart or something. He just like was running and he just hit me, like shoulder checked me, kept going. Didn't even stop, look back, say I'm bad or nothing. He just kind of kept going. And then when I seen him in electronics, he still didn't say nothing. And I like gave him the death stare, like, yo, what's up? You gonna say something? And he just didn't. So bad
he
kids.
probably used to getting away with stuff like that.
Oh, he was kind of big, so I guess he just felt like he can just do what he wants.
I feel that way about some people. Even adults. Since I've been here, it's a lot of people that they act in a way, they conduct themselves in a way where I'm not really used to people. I mean, they act like ain't no consequences to being rude to people or just, you know, side eye looking at people wrong, you know, talking to people wrong. Like they just know ain't nothing gonna happen to them. And, you know, that took a minute for me to get used to. Like,
here's a scenario for you. Relationship question.
mm-hmm.
What is a red flag to you? Because I got called a red flag recently. And I ain't know how to take it because I don't think I'm a red flag.
You got called a red flag?
I got called a red flag. See how confused you
a
was
whole
by that?
red flag?
A whole red flag. So how, like, because I'm not married at my age, no kids. I'm a red flag. And I was like, what? So what do you call a red flag? And what is a red flag? What's not a red flag?
And I think that is, I don't know, like a red flag, that's basically something that should catch your attention. I believe that's something you should pay attention to. But I think being 40 and not having no kid, that's not no red flag to me.
Just means I don't want to be knocking everybody up on the block.
It's a lot.
That's how I look at it.
It's a lot of people who don't have kids. It's a lot of people.
It is a lot of people that don't have kids.
So I wouldn't consider that no red flag. But
so you think that's a negative stereotype on black folks?
What, not having kids?
Minorities, because they say the same. They say that about blacks or dark skinned people, blacks, Mexicans. So
what? That they have a lot of kids?
A lot of kids, broken homes, a lot of baby mamas out there, no daddies. So is that like the norm to where if you find one that's not that, it's viewed as negative? Like it's
I don't think
warped?
It got to do with, well, not wholly with the color of your skin, but usually
I can't even say the word. The stats show that it's like a minority thing, mostly.
But it got to be for a reason.
Lower class white folks.
It got to be for a reason, though. You know, I believe it's a reason for everything. I
just think it's poor decision.
I can't take nothing as surface, for surface value or nothing like that.
I just think hooking up with people has become recreational. And then it's kind of like, oh, I got this kid now. And the dude's like, so what? Peace. So I mean, that's what it is. I've spoke to people that was like, well, they just trying to get that notch. And I'm like, oh, well, that's messed up.
Man, everybody hook up recreationally.
Yeah, but it should be some value on it.
It should be some value, yeah. But I don't think...
Did you have value on it?
I mean, every shade of people
well, I mean, yeah, they do, but
it
seems like
the limelight is always focused on certain people.
The difference between the light skins and the dark skins is that most of these light skins stick around, whereas the darkies don't. Darkies, that sounds so racist. The minorities don't.
Yeah, that was racist as hell.
It did sound racist, the darkies. But stats show that the minorities leave.
Yeah, and you gotta dive into that. Like, why? Like, I feel like a investigation is in order.
I just think it's
I know it's a reason why.
I think the numbers are wrong. And this is why. I think the numbers are wrong because I think they take the majority or what they think is the majority, which is these ratchet people that they see on TV.
The people who get the most attention.
That's what they number. Yeah, the people that get the most attention.
Mm-hmm.
And they leave out the ones that are like me or like my man in the chair over there. Shout out to him. I forgot to do that at the beginning of the episode. But people like us, we get left out. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, this majority, or as they say, as I say in sports, because it's true, the numbers are misleading. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Numbers lie.
Mm-hmm. Man, or whoever writing the numbers down lying.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is. So for me to be a red flag for being good is messed up.
That's some bullshit. That's
right?
a red flag because you being responsible.
Right? Because I know how to keep it in my pants and not marry just because that girl is pregnant or whatever. I have never got nobody pregnant, by the way. Well, I have, but that's a different story. We can go into that. I did get a girl pregnant, but she got the first girl was like she had a miscarriage or whatever. But I was gonna stay. I mean, we was already together for some years. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But we ended up breaking up later. And then the second time, I thought I was gonna marry this girl.
Oh.
But she got an abortion. And like we had agreed to have the kid. She got the abortion without telling me. Right? So that went bad. I ain't talked to her for like maybe 2 weeks. We was living together, so it was just kind of awkward. Yeah. And then like after we got through it, she did it again. So after that, I was like,
it's something to that.
It was. I'm getting to that. So she was making more money at the time. She was like the breadwinner, I guess. I mean, I was making, decent change, but she was like, she had already got to her career.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So she was making bread. And she was like, oh, I didn't think you'd be able to afford the kid or whatever. And I'm like, so we would argue. Long story short, we broke up shortly after that because she got back with the previous dude, right? Because he was making money, but he was treating her bad. That's how we got together in the first place. They broke up and then I came in. But she got back with him because he was making good money. Tell me why, now that I'm back on the up, she trying to get back with me.
Oh,
and crazy. She got kids now. So all she want me to like take care of them kids and have a kid with her.
She crazy.
That's what I said. She really thought I was gonna be like, yeah, come on back. I'm like, no. Ain't no backtracking over here. Like,
she crazy.
If you can't be with me when I'm going through it, I don't want you when I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I say, speaking of, I remember you telling me about how your wife was rocking with you when you was like down and out. Tell me about that a little bit.
Oh yeah, man. Like when it was cool when we first started dating. I had a job, had a car. I was doing my thing. We was getting to know each other. Then things changed. The layoff happened.
Life happens.
Tear the car up. Blah blah. At one point I ain't had no job or no car at the same time. But she was still cool.
How long y'all known each other?
We went to high school with each other. We've known each other since 2000 and I'm thinking maybe 2010. No, not 2010. I'm lying like I'm over. 2001 maybe.
So when did you realize? Like when y'all start dating? Like when you give her?
We started dating 2009.
And you was like
we was kicking it. We was kicking it in 2008.
Y'all like became an item in 2009.
We became an item in 2009.
And you was like up. You was doing your thing already.
Oh,
right?
I went up.
Oh, you was.
I was working my way back up.
Okay, so you was in the rebuilding. So yeah, she kind of like
to get myself
there.
Back together. She was there when I was cooling.
Yeah.
And then I was down low. She was still there. Then I was working my way back up. She was still there. And then she was even there when I was up. And I was like, I had off hours. That's when I had that plant job.
Yeah.
I had that Chrysler job, and I was, coming home at time for her to wake up and go to work. It was some bullshit, but, she ain't trip. Not once she ain't trip. We just get along real good.
That's what's up. And she stuck with you.
Mm-hmm.
See, for me, that's the ideal woman.
Mm-hmm.
But these days, that doesn't exist. It's like you have to have this, and this for me to even like look at you, right?
See, nah.
And then once you like
Mhm.
get past the boxes that need to be checked or whatever, as far as money, and you got a house, you got a car, yada yada yada, you get in there and it's like, oh, what can you do for me? It's like, wait, I'm already got all this stuff. What you mean? What can I do? What can you do for me?
Man,
You know?
you lucky if you find somebody that where your circumstances can change, but how they treat you and how they rock
Doesn't.
with you does not change.
It's
That's
like
what everybody
almost,
need.
I won't say it's impossible, but it's like almost impossible because I had this conversation where they say marriage has like more of a business arrangement now.
Oh, I've heard that before.
Yeah, that was the last conversation I had.
I mean, it really was.
I think it
When
was with
has
my
marriage
mom.
not been a business arrangement for folks? Like
It is now, especially in the military.
it
Like
been
they
for a
really just married for the
long
benefits.
time. It been for
That
a long
sucks.
time. Like when they used to marry into families and all that other stuff back way, way, way back when.
Yeah. It's like,
They've been
what?
doing that for a while.
Be with me for me. We gonna be up together. We gonna be down together. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
If you can't do that, and that's why I'm not married.
Yeah,
I don't
because
feel if I don't feel like you sincere. If I'm gonna support you in your dreams, you gotta support me in mine. If it don't work, we gotta be able to like reset and try something else. You know what
dog,
I'm saying?
when you get married, you know, when you say the little vows or whatever they say, don't they say for richer and for poorer and all
Till
that
death do
stuff?
you part.
See, like a lot of people don't listen to that.
They don't. They just going through the motions. But see, that's like religious, and some people they hear it, but they don't really like adhere by it. You know what I'm saying? They don't really live by it. They just do it because it's like part of the
They
routine.
just say I do.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, I'm with
Yeah.
this person. But if you really like listen to them vows, unless you write your own,
But what you think a vow is though?
yeah, you vowing yourself to that person. Like you're pretty much bonding yourself to that person under God. You know what I'm
Your
saying?
word is your bond, right?
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. If you just doing it just to be doing it, go to Vegas. No, don't go to Vegas. Like I'm saying, don't go to Vegas. But if you go do it like that, you might as well go to Vegas. That's just like I said, people dating with intent
Mhm.
or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And I think like in going back to you going to Dallas, people in the city do things for self. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Instead of
Mhm.
with intent and other to like build is what I mean with
Yeah.
intent.
Yeah.
They just do it like, okay, what can I get out of this situation for me? If it don't work, I'm just gonna cut them loose. You know what I'm saying? In business or in relationships and in friendships these days. That's why
Okay.
I don't have a lot of friends because I don't feel like they're sincere.
Yeah,
You know
folks
what I'm
is
saying?
shiesty, man.
Shiesty. Like there's a person that I interact with at the workplace and I know he's shiesty. And he invited me to hang out and I was like, no. And let me tell you why. Because if I don't feel like, I feel like if it's not authentic or
Mhm.
sincere, if I go, I'm gonna be faking it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be a fake. Have you ever like felt like that or been in that situation?
Yeah. I done
Yeah.
got invited to plenty of no. No,
Yeah.
I'm
It's just
good.
like, no,
Like
I'm
I wasn't
cool.
like an asshole about it, but I'm straight, man.
Was I? I don't think I was. I think I was just like, no, I'm cool. I think that's what I said. I ain't want to just be like, nah,
But I
you
learned
know?
that as a youngin' coming up. You know, like my mom and dad, they taught me that. Like, don't be out nowhere with nobody. It used to be like when I was in grade school or whatever, you know, don't be hanging with nobody that's gonna leave you to get jumped or gonna
They gonna leave you hanging.
steal from you or something, you know.
But you don't really know until it happens in that situation. When you're younger, they'll like say one thing, but they might be on some other stuff. When you're an
You know,
adult, you can kind of like catch that vibe a little better.
but
But
it's
growing up, you're
clues,
like, oh,
it's
that's my friend.
cues, you know. Like
Yeah.
you get cool with people who might stick up with you verbally, you
Yeah.
know, in class or whatever, or
Get in trouble
or
with
they
you.
might catch somebody, you know, talking crazy about you behind your back or whatever, and they stand up for, you know, that's a cue. They ain't gonna say
Yeah.
they gonna get down, you know, when it's time to get down.
For the
But
record, all the friends in my circle, except for the newest one, I've gotten down with.
mhm.
Shout out to Daniel and Dustin and all of them because
Yeah, man.
we done been through some foolishness. So I know they like really, they
Yeah.
really on that.
You know who your especially when it's time to knuckle up. You
Yeah,
know
that's
who
what
your
I'm
friend.
saying.
I mean, I got a homeboy. He fought 5 dudes with me. Just us two.
I remember one time, right?
Shout out Ilya.
We was in class, and I knew this kid wanted to fight, and it wanted to fight my boy Daniel, right?
Yeah.
So and I had the class with the dude,
Uh-huh.
and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna beat your boy up outside out school on the football field at 3:15, because we would get out at 3:05 back then, 3:07. So
Okay.
3:15, it's like meet me at the flagpole type thing.
Uh-huh.
He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get him on the football field at 3:15," and I'm like, okay, because back then I was
You
like,
had an appointment.
Yeah, it's like you wrote it down. You gotta, you in the black book to get this beat down.
I think that's at certain schools too. Not all schools. You get an appointment. You usually
it was
just
at North Heights,
it's
junior
on
high.
go.
Yeah, penciled him in, beat down,
Yeah.
3:15. So I go and I tell Daniel, I'm like, yo, dude, I don't want to say his name, so I'm gonna say, dude, want to fight you? And yeah, he came at me all crazy, and he's, he was like, yeah, and we were like small back then. We were like the smallest people. We still the smallest. Well, Daniel got bigger. I'm still small, but me and him was like the same size back then. So we was like little, and he was like kind of scared, but he's trying to be. It's 7th grade, so he's trying to be like not scared or whatever. So we go and we go to the football field, and like you go to the front of the school, right? And that's where they pick you up at. And you can like see the football field. It was like on the side at the time. So we're like standing there, and Daniels goes over there because he like walks home. So he has to cross the football field to go home to his house.
Okay.
That's why he was like, yo, I'm gonna get you on the football field. So he's walking, and I look back, right? And I'm like, oh man, dude had his friend with him. So it was like 2 of them. So I'm like, oh man, he finna get jumped, right? And then right when I'm thinking, should I go help? I like go, right? I turn around just like this. I'm looking, and I look. Then I look again, and Daniel's like he turns and looks at me. We make eye contact, and he's like, yo, you gonna come help? He had that look on his face like, oh, So I look again, and when I look back this time, my mama's sitting there in the car. So I'm like, oh. So I'm like, what do I do? And he's like standing there, and I look, and I went and helped him. But this is what's messed up about it. I look at my mama, right? And then I turn and I start walking toward the football field, like kind of like power walking a little bit. Then like as I start to speed up, Daniel sees me coming, so he goes over there, right? Before I could get there, the fight was over with, bro. He hit and quitted him.
Straight up. Before you could get over there?
Bam, one shot, and they just walk off.
That was it?
That was one shot. I was like, I didn't even get like halfway. And I saw him go down. I was like, oh. So I go over there and I like help him up. And he was like, dude, what took you so long? I'm like, bro, it was one hit. It was no way I could make it here on time. It was, I'm not Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, oh yeah, well, I'll see you tomorrow. But he like looked so drowsy. Like he couldn't even like really walk. So
wow.
I was like, should I tell my mama to give him a ride home or what? But he just kind of like just stumbled on home. He called me when he got home. He was like, man, I'm not coming to school tomorrow. And I was like, all right. And it was just the fun. You had to be there to like get the whole comedy of it.
Yeah.
But it was like funny. And we still laugh about it to this day. But yeah.
One
shot.
hitter. Wow.
Boom. I was like, I may have took like 10, 15 steps. He went down. I was like, dang.
A one hit in
what was funny?
And what was this, middle school?
Yeah, 7th grade. North Heights.
Oh, wow.
I went
Fools wasn't really that strong.
Man, down south kids is different, man.
I give you that.
Yeah. But yeah, I went back to the car. My mom was like, what's going on? I was like, oh, Dave got beat up. And she was like, I didn't see nothing. I was like, there was nothing to see, mama. And she was like, oh, well, he's okay. I was like, yeah, we're just gonna go home. And she was like, all right. But the fact that she was like, I didn't see nothing, lets you know one hit, it was over with. So, but I was kind of relieved because I felt like if I had jumped in, he would just drop me too. Because I wasn't very strong back then. And I didn't know how to fight back then either. So, well, I was learning because my dad was always like, yeah, you got to learn how to fight because you're going to always be the smallest in the room. Always. And he was right. Absolutely right. So I got my hands right over time. But back then, I would have got Probably would have got dropped too.
I mean, I feel like around that time, around that age, that's the best time to really fight, really, before, you
Yeah.
know, you don't want to be a grown man just now learning how to fight,
After
because
that, I took
you
combat
could be in
seriously.
you be in a hospital.
Yep. After that, I took combat seriously. I joined Taekwondo.
Okay.
Didn't really care for it. I got to brown belt, dropped out. Then I was like, yo, I'm gonna take boxing. Because
Okay.
I love boxing, the sport.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to learn how to do that. So I just took boxing lessons.
Oh man, speaking of boxing, you still supposed to come by the crib and play
Oh man, I do need to come give these hands out.
play
So all three of y'all.
fight night.
Yep. I'll give these. Well, I won't.
Man.
I don't know how good your kids are, but I feel like I'm gonna get these hands
hey,
to all three of y'all.
they haven't been playing since I whooped on them.
I owe them some beat down at Mario Kart too.
I pulled out that. Nah, I don't know, man. They might
see me on Mario Kart 64.
I pulled out that 2004 fight night, man.
Man,
they
I
had
remember
one copy at the game store.
You remember when they used to like set the games up in the they still do that in the game stores now. They'll put the display up.
I remember
and you
that.
can play that.
I remember that. Yeah,
man, they had fight night in there. We had a line out the video game store.
Yeah,
to beat me and my boy Adrian. Shout out to him. He's in Colorado right now. But yeah, he was better than me. But they have to get by me before they can play him.
Man,
and that resulted in a real fight too. So what happened was, dude beat me. And he was like talking crazy, right? Yeah. And I was like, well, I got somebody that can beat you. My boy Adrian can beat you or whatever, right? He's like, what? Go get him. I went and got him. Apparently, they had pre-existing beef that I didn't know about.
Okay.
So when I walked in with Adrian, they just looked at each other and it was dead silence. And it's like you just knew, okay, these fools don't like each other for real.
Mm-hmm.
So all the people in the store didn't say nothing, not a word, the whole time. Adrian wins. And Adrian says, yeah, now get up out my store.
Get up out my store.
Like it's his store. He don't even work there, bro. Why did you say that? After that, it all went bad. Dude swung on him. It was a mess. Man. But yeah.
Yeah, come through and play, dog. Come through and play.
My bad.
And I was going easy on them guys too.
To be honest, I don't remember how to play it. That's 2004.
Right. 2004. That's all right. It's a 20-year-old game.
That's what it says. 20 years ago.
That's all right.
It's like a bicycle. I'm a gamer for real, so it's like a bicycle. You know, you don't never really forget how to do it. You just got to get some rounds in.
It's good fun, man. It's good fun.
Have you ever been called, or have you ever been told you had little boy energy for playing video games?
Never.
I got told that too.
I ain't never been told nothing like that.
I was like, what? I was like, I paid for school off video games. How you gonna say that's little boy energy? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but I don't understand that. I don't understand that concept. Like video games for everybody.
It's not an age.
Grown people is the ones who can really afford these games and these systems.
I feel like they try to put an age limit on video games, like they put an age limit on rapping.
That's crazy, man. Because look, when NES and Sega Genesis, when all that was popping off, how many owners you think was like little kids getting it as a Christmas gift versus
none of them
people who actually had jobs who can go and buy their own stuff? That's who was making Nintendo rich.
The 9-to-5ers.
Yeah.
Like right now, if I had a kid, I'd be upset because them systems ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I would want to get it for them because they would probably like had good grades or whatever I told them to get it. So yeah, I get where it's coming from, but I also understand why adults play them too.
Mm-hmm.
Because look at the games for one. I think it's a game for everybody. Even the non-gamers have games.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, little boy energy, I don't like that.
I believe there's a lot of elements in these games nowadays that won't even be appreciated by little kids.
Yeah, they don't even know what's going on.
Like some of these stories and, the graphics and like it's a lot of stuff that little kids don't care nothing about.
Pretty much. What is a game that you love, but your kids is like, this is straight trash?
Oh, that's easy. The Zelda, the last two Zelda games. Not the last two. I ain't gonna say last two.
On what system?
On the Switch. Because right now I got a Switch.
That was the last two.
No, something came out before because the newest one is Tears of the Kingdom,
I got both of them.
and something dropped. 1 or 2 games dropped between that and Breath of the Wild.
Oh, well, I missed those, but I
Like
got Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
it was like it was one where it was like, how was that game? I didn't play it.
I didn't know about it.
One of them was a remake. I think it was Sky something with the little bird things. I don't know. One of them was a remake of an older game. And then one of them was you run around with your Zelda friends or whatever.
I feel like I need to
check
go
it out.
look
I
at
think
that.
it's 2. I believe it's 2 of them.
Well, I missed those.
Yeah, it's 2 of them that
So
dropped.
they don't like Zelda?
My oldest one does.
Oh, okay.
But not as much as me. Because he put his down for like 5 months. He just picked it back up, I want to say 3 days ago.
Well, hurt my heart when my sister was like, I'm not messing with Tekken. It's trash. And I was like, what?
My wife loved Tekken.
My heart dropped because, like,
yeah,
I'm a day one Tekken fan, literally.
Boy, we sat up and played Tekken all night long. This was maybe about 10 years ago. We all night long playing Tekken.
Like, I go to war on Tekken, and I felt bad because she was like, yeah, this is trash. Like, straight up.
Yeah.
No, non-debatable is garbage. And I'm like, no, it's not. This is like one of the best fighting games ever. She's like, nope, trash. She's a Mortal Kombat girl, so.
She like Mortal Kombat too.
Yeah, but
she only liked to play as what's that girl name? Sindel. That's her jam.
I guess.
I like to play with whoever I'm winning with at the time.
I'm not gonna go in. I could, man. Yeah, but Tekken over Mortal Kombat. That's all I'm gonna say.
Tekken over Mortal Kombat.
Tekken over Mortal Kombat.
All right, you said it.
Yep. Street Fighter is in there somewhere, but Tekken's number 1. Anybody got a problem with it? Come see me on the sticks.
Man, I knew you was gonna say that.
Yeah, I'm taking all y'all. Getting all y'all up out of here.
It's sad, man.
2024, I'm taking all the smoke.
I'm so far behind on games. I told you this before. I'm so far behind on games. I think I dropped the sticks for like 10, 11, 12 years. So far, these Nintendo Switches, I've been using them to keep my kids, pacified for a second before, because I know they want the Xboxes and the PlayStations, and it's working.
Just go on and get one, dog.
But I gotta get them. I gotta get them one, man.
Just do it. You'll in the long run you'll be happy because it's a good investment. I'm gonna tell you this: if you want like a entertainment system, get an Xbox Series X. Because like in the household I'm in, my household, it gets used more for like streaming or whatever. It's just like a entertainment hub.
Okay.
As far as my PlayStation, I'll just be strictly games on there. So if you want an entertainment system that everybody's gonna enjoy, get your Xbox. But if you're trying to be a gamer again, like get back to your hardcore gaming, get you a PlayStation.
I'm torn.
Or get both if you can afford it.
I had both way back when. I had a station and I had an Xbox, but
this is the first time I've ever in my life had all the top systems under one roof at the same time.
All at the same time.
Yeah, and I was talking to Clyde about that, and he was like, he got all of them too in under the roof, but the Xbox is technically his son's. But just the fact, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like that was the dream back in the day to have like all the systems.
Oh yeah.
Now it's kind of like, for me, it's like, okay, I'm an adult now, so I have specific reasons for having each one. And crazy enough, my mom urged me to get the Switch.
Really?
Because she was going to the hospital a lot, and I'd be up in there, just sitting in there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she was like, if you have get you a Switch, because like the new LED one had just came out.
How she know about the Switch?
Bro, she's the one that put me on Tekken, bro. Part 1.
You lying.
She has, shout to my mom because she's always supported my gaming aspirations.
Shout out to moms, man.
Because like I remember it was me, Clyde, Dustin, and Daniel. Darren was in trouble, so he had to stay home. But we was all over at the house, and we had made the pact to be pro gamers. I told my mama that, and she was with it. She was like, whatever you want to do, as long as you don't let it interfere with your school. You know how she gave you the regular parental speech.
Okay.
So we was at the mall, and like she would sometimes take us, be one of the parents that drop us at the mall on Saturday so we can go to arcade.
Yeah.
10 o'clock. Well, 10:30, because we would watch X-Men animated series at 10 o'clock,
Oh
10:30.
man.
10:30, we pile in the car going to the
Fantastic
mall
series.
to spend $25 at the arcade. Because $25 would get you like 100 tokens. And as we got better, that 25 turned to 10, then that 10 turned to 5, and then that 5 turned to 1. $1 gets you 3 tokens. We had got to the point where we could get them 3 tokens and just be on the game all day. We had got that good.
You got
we was
that
just
good.
beating everybody, right? But I remember me and my mama was in the mall. We was going to get something to eat, like at the food court. But I walked by and I was like, ooh, what's that? Tekken had just came out. It was, he had just put the cabinet in there. And I walked up in there and she came with me. She was like, you want to go see what it is? I'm like, yeah. So we walk in there and it was, the intro was just Kazuya. It was like no story to it at the time because it was part 1. So it was just Kazuya on the screen. I'm like, I want to play this. So she gave me $1 and she played with me. She gave me $1.
Dope.
She got her $1. We played against each other, and we was looking at the characters. I was like, I don't know who to pick. She picked Law because he looked like Bruce Lee. We were big kung fu fans.
Okay.
So she picked Law because he looked like Bruce Lee, and I think I had got like Kazuya because he looked cool. She won. She actually won. She was just pushing stuff, but she won. And since she won, she wasn't really trying to play the whole game, so she just let me play it. So from that point on, I was like, I'm gonna get good with Law, right?
Okay.
So every Tekken that came out from that point on, the first character I would pick was Law, and I would master Law because of my mama.
That's dope.
Yeah. So from 1 to 8, and in between that, technically it's 11 different games at this point. 1, 8, Dark Revelations, Tag 1 and 2, and so on. Either way go, I'd play all of them, and I would always pick Law, and I would forever pick Law as long as Tekken goes on as the first character I learned because of my mama.
That's dope.
Yeah. And her supporting me as a gamer. It's
That's
not
dope.
little
That's
boy
dope.
energy.
It's not, man.
Yeah. So that's
Because
a cool story.
it's not little boys who create these games.
Grown men.
And it's an outlet for a lot of dudes. A lot of dudes, they let off steam. Like they get off work or they going through whatever they going through in life, and they just want to go home.
Just want to go shoot
and
something.
Relax. Right.
Would you rather them shoot something digitally or for
Either
real?
shoot something, punch something, or like me, I like it all. I like it all.
Sometimes you want to blow something up.
Yeah, I like the the puzzles and you got to figure stuff out. I like those type of games.
Yeah.
They keep you busy. Those
strategy type
immersive,
games.
Strategy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like those. And you got some people, they go for the sports games.
That's because they can't play for real. If you can't hoop for real, they get on 2K and swear they the man.
Hey man, they will smash you.
Yeah, and they will destroy you.
Can't hoop for real, but they will smash you on the game.
And I'll be like, yo, let's go to the real court. And they're like, no, I'm cool. But it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, man.
I take my
the
beat
game,
downs.
my oldest son, he told me he want to go into video game programming or something like that. I thought that was dope.
That's cool. Theron wanted to do that. Digital programming or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think he did, but he's still doing something with games because I see him on every night, like getting his money from the game. So
I think that's dope. So I'm like, you want to, you got some people that they want to play the games and they want to be the best at the games, but it sounds like he want to be a part of the game and he want to make money doing this.
Hey, do it.
All right, do it. So I feel like I gotta get him.
Get him in there.
These systems, I gotta get him a PlayStation. I gotta get an Xbox
because
in the house.
It's going towards something different now. You see what I'm saying? At first, it was like, oh, he's just playing it, but see, he got a goal.
Yeah.
So he needs to know how the game works and all of that. So it's fun for him, and it's like going toward his future. So that's tight.
Yeah,
that's
I thought that was dope. So I am gonna get him, and I am gonna get a PC.
I'm never gonna be a PC gamer
because they want the PC. I don't care. Sooner or later, I'm gonna get it all.
I'm not. I'm never getting.
But
a
it's
PC.
just not. It's not at the top of my list. Why you don't want to get on a PC?
I don't know, man. I was talking to Clyde about this. He converted over. He went to the dark side. I'm sad. He's a PC gamer
Man,
now.
the PC players be having their way.
I don't care, bro.
They be having their way.
I'm born and raised a console guy. And I'm going to stay team console for life.
I mean, because they be going mod crazy on these games.
I don't care, man. That's fake. It's fake. If it wasn't in the game when you bought it, it's fake.
But you know what? I got to admit, some of my funnest times gaming was on the PC.
I'm not trying to hear that, man.
Look, starting with the Oregon
I don't
Trail.
care. No, man.
Starting
count.
there.
Oregon Trail does not count.
Starting there.
No. Everybody played Oregon Trail. That does not
man,
count.
I was like, you can use these things to play games on.
I mean, yeah, that was neat. I mean, it was what Frogger was on there, and
then you had
what was that?
What else I
Minesweeper?
played?
That game was stupid.
I played. Then I had some weird Spider-Man game. Then Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I don't care. All those games are fun, but I don't care, bro.
Doom. You gotta give it up for Doom.
I ain't saying nothing.
Oh, bro,
it's trash.
Doom, man, that was a game changer. Wolfenstein 3D.
Are we done?
Man,
we still talking about
we
PCs?
Ain't done. No, we ain't done. Yeah, we done.
Consoles for life.
Consoles.
Shout
for
out
life.
to the PC gamers, but it's gonna always be consoles.
Them fools, they be having it all because
you don't never go. They didn't say nothing about no PC games at the Video Game Awards. That should tell you something.
Oh, they don't.
Just like my buddy Albert earlier today, he said, "I ain't never seen nobody get jacked for no LeBrons." When they was talking about Jordan versus LeBron.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? You're right. So there you go. When they start getting hyped for PC games, I'll consider it. Until then, console for life. Consoles, baby. So you can't even debate that. Look,
I can't.
You can't.
I'm thinking of something.
You can't. There's nothing to think of.
Nah, I don't think nobody got jacked for no LeBron.
How you feel about that, Anthony?
I mean, I ain't heard of nobody getting jacked for no LeBron either. So.
There you go. I don't know if y'all heard him, but he said he basically agreed with me.
But you know what? I can't see nobody getting jacked for no LeBrons, even if they will cost the same amount as these Jordans right here. Jordans is something. It's something else. You know, they're not the same thing. Yeah, they both shoes. But
Jordans have transcended basketball. It's like a fashion thing now.
There you go.
It's not even a basketball shoe. Because I've noticed, this will be the last thing we talk about because we're getting crunched on time. But I've noticed that I'm not saying that Kobe is the new Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant is the new I'm saying Kobe's are the new Jordans as far as the premier basketball shooter hooping. If you watch the NBA, most of these guys is wearing Kobe's.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
But outside, though.
Outside, they wearing Jordans.
They wearing Jordans.
So I think Jordan has become more of a fashion thing. Because like most of the kids that's wearing Jordans don't even know Jordan was a basketball player. They just think the shoes are dope.
Never seen him play.
Yeah. So,
probably don't even know what he looked like.
I'm saying, don't know what he looked like. They hear the stories, but it's like, okay, so what? These shoes is fire though. I want this colorway, you know?
Mm-hmm. But right now they got the LeBrons and then the LeBron Space Jam movie. They rocking with them, but
did you watch that movie?
I saw it with my kids.
You like it?
I could have went without seeing it.
I feel the same way.
I wouldn't have been mad.
I could have did without that one, but
yeah.
All right, it's cool.
But you know, I usually give stuff a try.
Oh, before we get out of here, since we talk about movies, The Color Purple. You seen the original?
Not yet. You said the original? I was like, I saw the original. I thought you was talking about the one that just came out.
How you feel about this new one being a musical? Like I'm talking Disney style. That something happened, they just start singing.
But you know what? I was told it wasn't based off the movie. I was told it was based off the play.
From what I
which is a musical.
Told, it was like it's Color Purple, but with singing,
just like the play.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't want to see.
So
this.
They say it was a book, it was a play, and it was a movie, and this new movie was based off the play.
Why didn't they just remake the movie?
I don't know. I don't know, but I know I'm gonna end up seeing it. Just to see, you know, what's to it.
I was supposed to see it, but we ended up not seeing it when we found out it was a musical. So we didn't go to the movies that day.
See, my wife loved musicals.
I'm not a fan. Even if it's like good singers. Like I heard this got like Fantasia in it and Taraji P. Henson, she can sing. But
musicals ain't really my jam either, but I tolerate them.
You seen Sweeney Todd?
That
was a musical.
Yeah, I seen Sweeney Todd. Ain't
that was
a
new
one?
Yeah, the new one was like
I haven't seen the new one.
Yeah, it's like a musical too. And
But
I didn't
yeah,
know it when I watched it. So
I think musicals is kind of funny sometimes to me. Like, why you singing, bro? Like,
what
you
was a
supposed to be
good
mad right
musical?
now. What you singing
What
for?
was
Don't
a
nobody
good
sing when they
musical that
mad.
you seen?
Uh,
West Side Story.
I seen West Side Story.
That's the only one I can think of that I was like, okay, that was enjoyable.
I can't say ones I've seen. I can name ones I've
Oh,
was playing in the
Moonwalker.
living room when I walked past.
Moonwalker, Michael Jackson.
Oh, Moonwalker, boy, I forgot
dope.
about that one.
I forgot about that too. I had that on
Yo.
VHS. Oh, you see how old I am?
Ooh,
VHS.
I got a Michael Jackson special on VHS.
Yeah. I got Thriller on VHS too.
This man said Moonwalker, yo.
Oh, that movie was fire though. Well, I guess it was a movie, kind of. It had like a short movie in it.
Little Shop of Horrors was a musical.
Was it?
It was. They sang like every 10
they
minutes.
did sing a lot. Now that I think about it, it was a musical.
Yeah.
Man, that movie was good. Okay, there are some musicals I like, but not Color Purple though. I just don't want to see no Color Purple musical.
That's for I think that's for a specific audience.
Black
Whoever buying them tickets to go to the shows or whatever, I think that's who that movie was for. Like
Okay.
Dreamgirls got hella fans. Like my sister-in-law, she
yeah.
sing the whole everything they sing in Dreamgirls. She know it word for word.
Oh, you know what? There's a musical I liked.
I like the Temptations.
No, just the new one with the white girls in it. They was at the school, not High School Musical, but man, there's like 3 of them. 3 movies.
It's a musical?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man,
Now,
it's got the white girl in it, the fat chick.
That might be because I know my wife. I know she got at least 2 of them.
Oh,
one is called. She likes Grease.
Not Grease.
Ain't nobody fat in Grease.
No.
She likes Hairspray.
Not Hairspray.
She likes. Is Pitch Perfect?
Pitch Perfect. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, Pitch Perfect. That was enjoyable. I was okay. So I do like some musicals. Hairspray though, I ain't like Hairspray. No, the new or the old one.
Hairspray. Is that the one where they had Nigga Night at the little
Yeah.
Negro Night? I mean, Negro Night. I laugh because to this day, skating rinks have Negro Night. They just don't call it Negro Night. They call it
Black People
R&B Night or Soul Night, and that's when the whole place is all black people.
Yeah.
That's funny. They still do that to this day.
Is Roll Bounce a musical? No.
Nah.
Because they just got music in it.
Yeah.
Good music, by the way. But yeah, on that note, we're going to end it there. Musicals are okay. PCs are whack. And
PCs are whack.
Shout out to console gamers. And yeah, shout out to my boy Teron for coming back. Shout out to Anthony. It's my guy in the chair. He makes all this work. And
yeah, shout out Anthony, man.
Another solid episode, honestly speaking. I don't even really know what we was talking about in this episode.
We was just going like we was at work.
Yeah.
Like for real, this is how we talk at work. We talk about 10 different things in the span of an hour.
This is like the second episode about nothing. Because me and Anthony had an episode about nothing too. So that's why I'm gonna label this episode about nothing part 2. And on that note, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe if you want to.
Like, share,
you a hater. That's cool. And on that note, peace.
He said, you a hater. Peace.